practical differentiator circuit. Now we are going to learn about the topic called practical differentiator. Here, what is the main objective of this practical differentiator circuit? The main objective of this circuit is, one thing, we need to prove that output is the differentiation of input. That's very common. And we have to analyze the frequency response of this circuit. This is the main objective, right? So in order to analyze the frequency response of this circuit, the main thing here is we need to derive the relation for gain of this circuit, right? So in order to derive the gain of this circuit, first look at the circuit. What is the difference between integrator circuit and differentiator circuit representation? See here. So same, it is a 741 op amp IC, and this is input signal which you are applying at the inverting terminal of op amp. R1 and C1, here once capacitor is extra added in order to remove the DC components which were present in the input signal, right? So in order to block the DC signal, we are applying here, we are using capacitor C1, that is also called as coupling capacitor or input capacitor. So here resistor, input resistor R1 is in series with capacitor C1. The current flowing through this R1 and C1 is I current is flowing. Current I is flowing through that. A is the virtual node and potential or voltage present at that point is VA. VD is the differential voltage between inverting and non-inverting terminal, which is equals to 0. Here compensating resistor, it should have larger value, which is approximately equal to R1. And here capacitor and resistor both are in parallelly connected. C1 and that is CF, feedback capacitance and feedback resistance, in between output and inverting terminals. The current which is flowing through the resistor R1 is I1, and the current which is flowing through the capacitor CF is I2 current. So from this circuit, we are going to analyze this circuit. Let's start its analysis. See, if you apply the Kirchhoff's law at node A, same as the previous circuit, current entering into the node, which is equals to current leaving the node. The current entering into the node is equals to I current, and current leaving means moving away from the node is equals to I1 as well as I2 currents. I1 plus I2 currents. The we know the equation from the Ohm's law is V is equals to I into R. From that, current I is equals voltage by resistance. So to calculate the expression for I1, that current I is equals voltage VI and VA. VI minus VA divided by R1 plus C1. We cannot write the C1 here because as R1 having its resistance, as the resistor having resistance, in the same way, the capacitor is having capacitance. Resistor ki resistance ela untundo, capacitor ki capacitance ela untundo, or reactance. The reactance of the capacitor C1 is equal to XC1. Right? We represent the reactance with X suffix C. So see here. First write the expression. Let's start the expressions for I. I is equals VI minus VA divided by, I want to write here it as Z1, where Z is the input impedance, which is equals to R1 plus XC1. Z is equals to R1 plus XC1. I'll explain it. Which is equals to I1. I1 is the current flowing through this resistor, feedback resistor. That is VA minus V0 by RF. VA minus V0 by RF. Plus I2 is the flow, I2 is the current which is flowing through the CF. The current flowing through the capacitor C. The expression for that is CF into derivative of d by dt of VA minus V naught. VA minus V naught. This is how the expression we can write. Now, we know that at virtual node, the potential is equals to 0. So, VA is equals to 0. Since A is a virtual node. A is a virtual node. If you substitute A is equals to 0 in this expression, then the equation becomes VI by Z1, which is equals minus V naught by RF plus or minus. Here, minus. If A is 0, then V naught becomes minus V naught here. So minus CF into dV naught by dt. dV naught by dt. This is the expression. Now apply Laplace transform on both sides to equation number 1. Apply Laplace transform to equation 1. Then the equation 1 becomes, see here, Laplace transform of Vi of t becomes Vi of s. Apply Laplace transform on both sides of equation 1. Then expression becomes Laplace transform of Vi of t is equals to Vi of s by Z1, which is equal to Laplace transform of V naught of s, V naught of t is equals to V naught of s minus V naught of s divided by RF minus CF into, just now I have explained in previous topic, Laplace transform of d by dt of V naught of t is equals to s into V naught of s. That is the equation from Laplace transform. Now, what is Z1? Come here. Here, before going to that, first take the common here. In this V naught term is there, in this term also V naught is there. Take V naught as common. So minus V naught, if you take the common, then equation becomes 1 by RF plus CF into S, which is equals Vi of S divided by Z1. What is Z1? That is input impedance. What is that input impedance? R1 is in series with capacitor C1. Therefore, just for rough explanation, Z1 is equals R1 plus XC1. XC1 means the reactance offered by the capacitor. We can also write it as R1 plus 1 by j omega C1. The reactance offered by the capacitor XC1 equal to 1 by j omega C1. Are you getting my point? Here, it's all in the Laplace domain. It is in Laplace domain. Am I right? So it should also in Laplace domain. Z1 Laplace domain lo undali. So Z1 is equals R1 plus 1 by j omega means yes, S is equals to j omega. S is a Laplace domain, j omega is a frequency domain. S into C1. That is Z1. Substitute this Z1 value in the equation number 2. Substitute Z1 in equation 2. Then the expression becomes Vi of S divided by R1 plus 1 by SC1, which is equals minus V naught of S minus V naught of S of, take the LCM here, 1 plus RF CF into S divided by RF. Just take the LCM of RF here. Then equation becomes like this. I want the gain expression in order to analyze the frequency response of the differentiator circuit. So to do that, derive the expression for gain, which is equal to V naught of S is already there here, divided by V in of S here, Vi of S. So bring it to the RHS side, V naught of S by Vi of S. And send this term to the LHS side. Then the expression becomes 1 by 1 plus R1 S into C1 into, if you bring it to the RHS side, then the expression becomes, expression ela avutundandi, this divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by SC1 into RF by this one, 1 plus RF CF into S. What I want, see here. See expression 1 by R1 plus 1 by SC1. Check SC1 as LCM here and just expand the expression. So 1 by R1 C1 S plus 1 divided by SC1. It goes to the numerator. That is SC1 into RF by, as it is written, 1 plus RF CF into S. This is the expression for gain A. Now, from this expression, what I want to say here is, this is the expression for gain of a practical integrator circuit. From this gain, but this gain is in terms of Laplace domain, because S is a letter which represents the Laplace domain. Yes. Convert the Laplace domain expression into frequency domain. Then frequency domain convert cheyandi. To convert that, we know the value S is equals to J omega. S is equals to J omega. So replace S with J omega. Then S is equals J omega. Replace it. Then gain is equals J omega RF into C1 in the numerator, whole divided by denominator. 1 plus R1 C1 into J omega, because S equal to J omega here, into this one, 1 plus RF CF into J omega is equals J omega. Omega is a frequency component, we know that. So that omega is equals to 2 pi f. We know that value. Omega is equals to 2 pi f, well known value. Substitute that. Then it becomes minus J into 2 pi f R into C1, R suffix f into C1 divided by 1 plus R1 C1 omega में J omega 2 pi f, J into 2 pi f into R1 C1 of the remaining part of the equation 1 plus j omega means 2 pi f into RF CF into CF. From this expression we know that is from our previous relation derivations, FA is equals to 1 by 2 pi RF into C1, this value 1 by 2 pi RF into C1 is equals to lower cutoff frequency FA, whereas the upper cutoff frequency FB, which is equals 1 by 2 pi R1 into C1. R1 into C1. See here, FB is equals upper cutoff frequency 1 by 2 pi R1 into C1 is equals to upper cutoff frequency FB. This is lower cutoff frequency and this is upper cutoff frequency. So to get what we have to do, just observe this gain equation. Here C1 is there, here CF is there. R and C1 are the input resistor and input capacitor, and this is feedback resistor and feedback capacitors. If and only if R1 C1 is equals to RF CF, if the values of input resistance and input capacitance is equals to feedback resistance and feedback capacitance, these two values are equal, if and only if, then the gain becomes gain is equals minus J of F by FA divided by 1 plus J of F by FB whole square. Because if R1 C1 is equals to RF CF, then here also R1 C1. This term into this term is equal to 1 plus J 2 pi F RF CF or R1 C1 whole square. So then replace this FB is equals to 1 by 2 pi R1 C1. 1 by 2 pi R1 C1 with FB. Then the expression becomes F by FB whole square. So this is the gain of a differentiator circuit. If you know the values of R1, C1, RF, CF values, if you know these four values, RF, CF, R1 and C1, then it is very easy to calculate gain of a differentiator circuit. If you substitute those FA, FB values in this gain expression by applying the modulus, then the frequency versus gain response curve which we are going to get is, the y-axis is gain in decibels dB and x-axis is frequency response curve. First, initially if frequency increases, then gain also goes on increases linearly from negative to positive side. If you go on increase the frequency, gain also goes on increases. But if R2 is not equal to RF and CF, if R1 C1 is not equal to RF and CF, in that case initially gain increases along with the frequency, but at a particular point, or from that a particular point, the gain goes on decreases gradually. The gain goes on decreases gradually. All of you be clear. Initially, if you apply the modulus to this frequency gain for this gain expression, and if you want to calculate the gain in dB, that is 20 log of this modulus A. If you apply that expression, and if you know FA and FB, to know the value of FA and FB, this FA should be, or FB should be 10 times the FBA. Chudandi. Din kante 10 times extra undalandi. It should be FB must be 10 times greater than FA, one thing. And to get the FA and FB values, R1, C1, CF values should be known. If you substitute all these values and if you draw a graph, frequency versus gain response curve for this differentiator circuit, initially if frequency goes on increases, then gain also increases linearly. Gain also increases linearly. But if R1 C1 is not equal to R2 C2, in such a condition, the gain of the differentiator gradually decreases, not exponentially. It decreases gradually. Even if you increase the frequency, still no use. The gain goes on, decreases. So this is the gain versus frequency response curve for the differentiator. Please copy this. Please copy that and note down 2 to 3 points. Note down few points. To design a perfect differentiator, we need to consider few points for designing a perfect differentiator. What is the first point? The first point is choose FA, which is equals 1 by 2 pi RF into C1. Choose this FA value that should be greater than input signal frequency. It should be greater than input signal frequency. To design a perfect differentiator, few considerations are there. Few points we need to consider by designing the differentiator. That is, FA frequency value should be greater than the input signal frequency. Man apply the signal, input signal which we are applying at this point, inverting terminal. Our signal frequency kante FA should be greater. And the second point which we need to consider is the capacitor value C1 should be greater than 1 microfarad. The input capacitor C1 value must be, not greater than, less than. It must be less than 1 microfarad. Capacitor C1 value must be less than 1 microfarad. And the third point is the upper cutoff frequency FB, it should be 10 times the lower cutoff frequency FA. The upper cutoff frequency or higher cutoff frequency, that should be equal to 10 times lower cutoff frequency. And the third point is C1 equal to R2 C2 or RF CF. RF CF. R1 C1 must be equal to RF into CF. And the fourth consideration is the compensating resistor here. This R compensating resistor, R comp. It should be approximately equal to R1. That is, it should be a larger value. Okay, so these are the 5 points we need to consider while designing a differentiator circuit, right? Please copy this. Very